Autonomous driving. What the high-minded call artificial intelligence and what we call real brainlessness may not be as vile as we originally feared. One DeLorean DMC-12 directed by a Stanford University engineering crew can perform perfect opposite lock, tire cooking, hands-off donuts at will for as long as the rubber lasts. Lead professor Chris Gerdes explained the rationale underlying this class project, timed to coincide with the fictional arrival on October 21, 2015, of the time-traveling Back to the Future DeLorean. When we no longer have a human driver in the loop, we think that the automated vehicle should be able to harness the full range of vehicle operating capabilities to avoid collisions, even if this means going sideways a bit to stay on the road. In other words, loading $60,000 worth of navigation gear, 2 powerful electric motors, and shrewd software into a 30-year-old sports car may have just fried Google's autonomous eggs. While on-demand drifting will likely remain in your dreams for the time being, cars programmed to perform other feats are now commonplace. Anti-lock brakes and stability control have been mandatory for years. Lots of cars sound an alarm, shake the seat, and slash or nudge the steering wheel when you leave your lane without signaling. Adaptive cruise control that automatically maintains a safe distance from the car ahead is also widely available. 10 manufacturers recently committed to making automatic emergency braking standard across their entire lineups. Brainless driving is closing in on us like a meteorite because of its potential to avoid accidents. Sadly, we are a nation of mediocre drivers, distracted on our daily journeys by dining, child rearing, makeup applying, and incessant texting. Driver's ed is a shadow of its former self, and few of us are able to use the accident avoidance capabilities built into every new car. Our driving errors cause crashes, injuries, and fatalities. So while we're getting worse behind the wheel, the sensors and algorithms capable of saving us from ourselves are getting better. And though we're not convinced that this will ever yield totally hands-off personal transportation, scores of manufacturers are working feverishly to prove us wrong. To gauge progress on the path to brainlessness, we've gathered the 4 luxury cars that have done the most to purge human frailties from the acts of cruising, braking, and steering. As usual, our test regimen is a balanced mix of on-road evaluations and proving grounds tests. Other than noting which car can and which can't steer you snugly against a curb, we skipped automatic parking maneuvers. All these cars and many others on the market keep watchful eyes on your blind spots, a second form of artificial intelligence we're taking for granted here. To verify that adaptive cruise control works to maintain a safe interval between your car and the one immediately ahead when an intruder barges into your lane, we used a foam-filled Volkswagen Golf decoy owned by Bosch to supplement our over-the-road observations. Our main focus was automatic lane keeping, how well these 4 early semi-autonomous cars guide you safely and securely while relying on their electronic wits instead of the driver's hands, eyes, and judgment. Using a 50-mile mix of freeway stretches, rural 2 lanes, and city streets, we tabulated exactly how many guidance interruptions were caused by broken lane marks, inconsistent pavement patches, intersections, and exit and entrance ramps. We also noted when a car lost the lane-keeping sense for no apparent reason. Then we ranked the 4 contenders according to the number of control lapses each test car experienced. So cinch up nice and tight, because there's going to be a lot of near misses. 2015 Infiniti Q50S. As the first car on the road with steer-by-wire capability, don't fret, there are mechanical backups. Infiniti's midsize 4-door is armed and ready to relieve your brain of some driving tedium. It's not only smart enough to apply the brakes when the car ahead in your lane slows, it's supposedly capable of leapfrogging that car to detect when a driver 2 spots ahead impedes traffic flow. 2015 Mercedes S65 AMG. Mercedes dipped a toe into the semi-autonomous pool 3 years ago with the introduction of the 6th generation S-Class. Proceeding cautiously in waters infested with liability sharks, Mercedes offers its Distronic Plus with steering and active lane keeping assist as standard equipment on some S-Class models and optional on others. It's standard on the S65 and part of a $2,800 driver assistance package in the base S550 sedan. 2016 BMW 750iX Drive. To make it stand in the Luxo tech wars, BMW introduced the ominously named Active Driving Assistant Plus as $3,600 optional equipment on its new 2016 7 Series flagship. The functions mirror that of the Mercedes with a couple of exceptions. Here, the controls are mounted in plain sight on the left steering wheel spoke, instead of hidden behind the wheel on a stalk. Another notable difference is that BMW gives you only 3 seconds of totally hands-off steering assistance before a green steering wheel icon turns yellow, with assistance still in force for 7 more seconds, then red, assistance suspended. 2015 Tesla Model S P85D. The sedan that begs to differ is this test's clear winner. With utmost confidence and only 2 cautions from legal counsel, always keep your hands on the wheel. Be prepared to take over at any time. The Tesla Model S locks onto the path ahead with a cruise missile's determination and your hands resting on your lap. Tesla's tech package with autopilot costs $4,250 and uses 1 camera and 1 radar sensor. A thin control stalk tucked behind the left steering wheel spoke commands the cruise control speed, up or down clicks, the interval to the car ahead, twist of an end switch, and auto steer initiation, 2 quick pulls back. A chime signals activation, and the cluster displays various pieces of information, the car ahead, if it's within radar range, and lane marks, illuminated when in use for guidance. A steering wheel symbol glows blue when your steering input is no longer needed, and Tesla's gauge cluster also displays the speed limit and your cruise control setting.